Hi, everybody. My name is Andy Losick, and welcome to our Saugatuck Q Rockstar welcome and question and answer Google Hangout tonight as we get ready 1 week from now for Q Rockstar and Saugatuck, or actually the full name to include the good folks at MACUL. The Best of MACUL presents Q Rockstar Saugatuck. So what I've prepared tonight is just kind of a rundown for us to go through and what you guys can all expect here as you come to Rockstar Camp next week, what the daily schedule is going to be like, and then we'll talk about how the sessions are designed, how to pick your sessions, some of the activities we have set up for after we're done at the schools each day, and then giving you guys some time to ask questions and those little things that you're wondering about that you just haven't quite figured out or whatever. Just anything that might be on your mind. So if you want to use the comments area, you can ask questions, or if you're on Twitter, you can tweet those questions to me at Mr. Losick. So I guess the first thing we can talk about is the location for Rockstar Camp. Now, this is a real collaborative effort between Hamilton Community Schools, where I teach, and Saugatuck Public Schools, where my wife is a 4th grade teacher and my daughter attends. And so we're excited as a family to put this on. It's one of those things that we've talked about, like, wouldn't it be great to have one of those collaborative, techie, nerd camp, whatever you want to call it, experiences, but do it close to home. Do it at Douglas Elementary and at Hamilton High School, 2 beautiful facilities, and give everybody that comes the chance to just hang out in one of our favorite places on earth. That's why we live here. It's a great area. We love it, and we are excited to share that with all of you. First of all, before I go any further, just let me say thank you to all of you who have chosen to be part of this and will be attending and hanging out with us next week and learning. I mean, it's a big leap of faith for you to give up 3 days of your summer to come to a workshop, and we're hoping this is like a workshop like no other that's ever been held in the state of Michigan. We've got people from 5 states that are coming. We have several presenters who are coming from California. And a couple of those, actually 3 of those, are Q Rockstar veterans. John Carippo is the actual founder of this whole idea of Rockstar Camp, and he's coming from California to help. He's going to be one of our lead presenters, but he's also going to serve as our camp director. I'll be our local person on the scene here, but then we also have Lisa Nowakowski and Chris Scott, who are very involved with Q in California, and they've done a number of Rockstar camps. Also coming from California, and this is pretty cool, is Rachel Deephouse. Now, she is a West Michigan native who now teaches in San Jose, California, and she was recently named as the state of California's top emerging educator. So it's a real honor to have her join us as she gets to come home to West Michigan for a couple of weeks. So let me go to this list of topics that I prepared, and we'll just run through those, and then we'll give you guys a chance to get to any of your questions. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen. You guys have looked at me long enough. And so when I go out to, here we go. First thing I'm going to show you, this is our blog that we'll have going for camp, and you can find that at rockstarsaugutuck.blogspot.com, and we'll put all kinds of our daily adventures that go on there. We want to capture as many of your reflections, what you're learning, what the experience is like for you all. We'll post resources that the presenters are sharing, and any type of housekeeping information or whatnot, we'll have it here. This will be a living, breathing document that we'll share throughout camp. Now, when I go to our main site, this is rs.qtu.net. That is the main Rockstar site, and here I am on the Saugatuck page. If you scroll down, you can see our locations for the 2 days. So day 1 and day 2 will be at Douglas Elementary. That is on Randolph Street in Douglas. Now, if you're not quite familiar with the area, Saugatuck and Douglas are 2 villages that sit side by side, divided by the Kalamazoo River that forms Kalamazoo Lake or the Saugatuck Harbor and flows out to Lake Michigan. Now, on this page, you can see addresses for your GPS for your car, but we've also included links to Google Maps for directions. Then on day 3, we'll be over in Hamilton at Hamilton High School. Hamilton High School is about 10 miles or so from Saugatuck to the south and east a little bit. It's real easy to find, easy drive, and again, we've put directions there. So we're going to be in 2 different spots, and each one is unique in what it offers. One of the advantages of going over to Hamilton High School is we have a beautiful film studio with a green screen, and we're going to spend our time with devices and multimedia on day 3 when we're over at Hamilton. So if you look at some of the sessions, you can see that as you're creating things in these 2-hour hands-on sessions, you'll have access to some pretty cool equipment and a pretty cool space in order to make all of those things happen. So while we're on the website here, we'll just go through a few things. If you click over on Saugatuck staff, you can see all the different presenters that are coming to be part of the week. We have just what I'm calling an all-star lineup of amazing educators. Brad Wilson, 2014 MACUL Technology Using Educator of the Year. We've got Apple Distinguished Educators. We have Discovery Education gurus like Dave Krzyzewski, Google Certified Teachers. We have MACUL board members and former MACUL board members, and people who have gotten all kinds of accolades and are fabulous instructors. But what's important to know is that the camp really isn't about the instructors that we've brought for you guys. They're going to facilitate some fabulous sessions, and you can check out a daily schedule of all those offerings if you click on day 1, day 2, and day 3. But the real rock stars and the people that make this happen are you guys. And when we go through and we look at the roster, we're just as amazed at the amazing educators that we know are coming to spend time together as much as we're excited about the faculty that we've put together. So this is the type of very career-changing, impactful experience we hope you have, where you learn stuff in the sessions, but beyond that, you're really getting some building partners and collaborators for the future, and you're just an email or a tweet or something away from other amazing educators who can give you ideas and give you support, or you can share your ideas if something goes really well and you know that they're in a similar situation. All right, so let's switch over and look at our daily schedule and the way it works. So on the first day, we are going to add registration to this daily schedule. So it's really my suggestion that you guys are able to arrive as early as possible on that first day. We have a great coffee shop and bakery, Respite of Douglas. They're going to be handling all of our food for Rockstar Camp, and they'll be setting up coffee and pastries on that first day, probably by 8 or 8:15. And so the earlier that you can get to Douglas Elementary, you'll come in the front doors, and then you'll take a slight right. You'll see the signs there. That's where our registration will take place. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to get to know everybody. We'll have lanyards, get you checked off, get you a name tag, all of that, and then you can help yourself to the morning stuff that we'll have laid out there for you. So the sooner that we can get there, the sooner you can go through that process. You can start to hang out, make yourself comfortable, kind of get your bearings, because we really want to get going by 9:30 with our shred sessions. And shreds we'll get into a little bit in depth in a couple minutes here, but basically that's going to be your daily preview. And then each day we'll go with a 2-hour hands-on session from 10 until noon. And then from noon until 2, you get a 2-hour uninterrupted, no recess duty, no lunchroom duty, no keeping kids in because they didn't get their work done type of lunch. And so, 2 hours we're going to have great food for you, but when you're at Douglas Elementary, you're only a couple blocks from walking downtown if you want, or you're a couple blocks from the beach. But if you do that, take some of the other attendees with you, because the idea of the 2-hour lunch is that it gives you a chance to sit with someone or walk with someone or just hang out with them and pick their brain and discuss things that have worked for you and your favorite websites or something that you started building in your morning session together. You can keep that conversation going. So this is where a lot of the magic that happens at Rockstar camps, it doesn't happen at your typical school or intermediate school district PD session where everything is so scripted out minute by minute by minute, and you're trying to wolf down your lunch to get to the next thing. This is where we just slow things down, and you have grown-up time, professional time to work and hang out and ask other questions from everybody else there. Now in the afternoon we do the same thing. We have 2-hour hands-on sessions from 2 to 4, and then in the middle of that we'll take a little snack or ice cream break. But what our presenters are going to do is they are going to present the same thing that they did in the morning, they'll do again in the afternoon. So if there is another session that you want to go to, you do that for the afternoon. So basically in the morning after you see the shred sessions, you're going to pick 2. And depending on how it divides up, if one seems kind of crowded in the morning, you can wait to the afternoon for it. Or if there aren't many people in there, maybe you want to jump at the chance to do that in the morning. And then we'll wrap up with just some housekeeping stuff and put a good closing on the day. And then basically you're free then after 4 o'clock. Now we have lots of people who I know are coming quite a distance. Tons of teachers from Ohio are making the trip over. Some from Wisconsin, Chicago area. That's great. So then you'll have your evening to do as you choose around the Saugatuck area, which is just fabulous to walk down by the boat, or go climb Mount Baldhead, which is a dune with a whole bunch of stairs, or go to the beach or shop or check out the art galleries. There's so much to do over there. Now, of course, you've seen the emails that I've sent out. We have a couple of outings that we've set up. And if I go over to Experience Saugatuck, we have the dune ride set up for Wednesday, and then the little tour of the Fen Valley Winery on Thursday. And it's looking like we have about 25 or 30 people signed up. Now, up here, I also put in that email a reminder that if you are wanting to do that, to click and fill out the Google form, just so we have a number of that. We initially put down that the dune rides were going to be $18, but because we have so many people, they're offering us a $1.20 or a $1.80 discount, 10% off. So it ended up being $16.20. So a little bit of a discount for you if you want to do that with us. And those of you who are bringing families and spouses or significant others, or I know some people even have like old college friends in the area that they're going to hook up with, meet up with. You know, this is open to everybody. Just so you fill out something so that we get a count. That'd be great. And Thursday, the Fen Valley tour, it's about the same. Looks like, I believe that's $8. I'm going to check with Fen Valley tomorrow. I need to give them more of an updated number, and then we'll enjoy those. Dune rides in Fen Valley, they're going to take place about 4:45. So we'll wrap up at Douglas Elementary. You can go back to the hotel, drop off your stuff if you want, and then head down there. Fen Valley is a little bit further away. The dune rides, if you're staying at the Best Western, are very close to where you'll be staying. Fen Valley is actually in the other direction, south of Douglas a little bit, and then just to the east. So you know, those are completely optional. Don't feel obligated to do those. But like I said, about 25, 30 people are planning on doing that, and it'd just be a fun thing, fun way to see the area and enjoy that. And then there are just countless places to eat and fun places to hang out by the water for the evening. And you know, for me, when I go to different institutes and things like that, you know, sometime even that late, just hanging out in the evening time becomes tremendously beneficial, you know, at a professional development level, because you know, you start having these deeper conversations, and you get into talking about, you know, hey, you know, what if we did this, and you can start to kind of plan some collaboration that way. All right, so let's move on and let's talk about the shred sessions. Now, the shred session is designed basically for the presenters to get up and kind of sing for their supper. So each presenter is going to give you a high energy preview of what they will be offering that day. Now remember, each presenter will share the same presentation or workshop twice. And so they're going to give one shred session. So if we go to day one, you can see what is what's on tap. John Carippo, he's got Infuse versus Saugatuck. Chris Scott's working Google Drive. Lisa Nowakowski's doing Google Sites. Rachel Deephouse is debate with Google Docs, and everyone has their sessions lined up already here. So if you get on the website, you can get a preview and take a look at those. But wait to decide exactly, you know, what it is that you want to go to after you've seen those shred sessions. Now, something that's a real hallmark of Q Rockstar Camp is that these sessions are make it, take it. They are hands-on, and you are building for the upcoming school year. And so we're encouraging and asking our presenters to keep their slides and their actual, you know, lecture or presentation part to about 15-20 minutes, and then we want the remaining time just to be workshop building time for you. So something that might be helpful is if you start thinking a little bit ahead when you look at these sessions, and you start thinking about, well, what are some of the things that I want to accomplish for my classroom for starting the year? Here's one on Common Core and understanding that, and you can start to build things that are ready to go for day one. And so look through the different sessions and go to each day and maybe write down 2 or 3 that you're interested in. But also think about your curriculum and think about what things can I build when I have the time this summer at Rockstar Camp, surrounded by all kinds of other amazing minds, and we can do this together. So see what kind of cool stuff that you can bring back to your classroom. I mean, ideally for me, when I do professional development, that's the real litmus test of how effective it was, is whether I can use what I learned right away in my classroom. You know, as you noticed, and I talked a little bit about it earlier, that there is a lot of downtime, and and that downtime is there for a purpose. And so, we don't want you to feel like you're just sitting there, kind of just trying to kill 2 hours at lunchtime. We want you to be really working with each other, find new people to meet, or maybe this is the first time you've had a chance to spend with your colleagues this summer, and you can rehash how things have gone, but then take a few minutes and to do that, and then maybe start collaborating within your building and planning out your year together, especially if you're lucky enough to be attending, and I know some of our people are, with some of your fellow people in your same grade level. You can do a lot of planning, but in a fun, relaxed, big buffet of food off to the side kind of way. And as I mentioned, that's where the real magic starts for me, when we talk about what the building of the relationships and everything there for us as we go. So I think that's about it that I've as far as what I had planned. So some of the comments, or some of the questions that I wanted to answer. Again, how to pick your sessions. Just wait until we have those all done, and don't be afraid to email ahead of time. And if you have, if you're wondering about, where to eat, or who's doing what at nighttime or anything, go ahead and email all that stuff to me, and we go from there. So I'm not seeing in our comments here any new questions. So hopefully that's given everybody a real overview of basically how this thing's going to work. And we're excited to have you at Douglas Elementary next Wednesday. We're working out all the final details and everything. A couple of, I guess, one thing that I'd put in an email that might be a good reminder is, if you haven't set yourself up a Twitter account, please go ahead and do that, and just have that ready. You don't have to really do anything with it. And some people are hardcore tweet all the time people, and some people have never used it. And what we want to do is we want to show you how it can fit into your teaching, and how you don't have to try and follow it all the time. You can pick it up and look at it after you've looked at your Facebook in the evening, or going through Pinterest or whatever. Just take a look at what might be happening on Twitter. It's called a stream, and just like a stream that might run through the woods, you don't try to see everything that goes down that stream. You enjoy it when you happen to walk by and check in. But so many of us have found that it's a real lifeline to our teaching, and we just want to show you, how that helps enhance what we do. So again, thanks for being a part of this. I can't thank you guys enough for giving up a few days of your summer. One of the mantras that I've kind of been working on as we've organized this thing is, we want to treat teachers like they've never been treated before in professional development. We want it to be fun and energetic. We want to give you great presenters, but we're also super excited with just how we'll all be surrounded by 100 or so amazing educators. And as somebody from Hamilton, I'm really proud to show off, the cool stuff that we have going on here. And I know my wife Kim from Saugatuck is excited to have so many of her colleagues there, and we're hosting it at Douglas Elementary, a cool school, and in a great location. So we're hoping that you guys are looking forward to having lots of fun, and learning in a new and kind of different way, and that this will just kind of be a launch pad for you as teachers, and that you know, collaborating this way and being surrounded by a bunch of other crazy, energetic teachers just kind of becomes the new normal for you. So again, you can email me any other questions that you might have. I think I've addressed most that I've received over the past week in email, but we're always available to you guys, and any little things, even, you know, if you're still looking for a place to stay, we can help with that. Hotel wise, we're kind of full up here at our house, but anyway, look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I think that's going to do it. If you missed any of this hangout, you'll be able to see an archive version of it on the blog, and there's a link on the main site. So until next Wednesday, have a great week, and we can't wait to see you bright and early on the 23rd at Douglas Elementary. All right, I'll quit rambling. You guys all take care. Thanks.